Welcome, collective, to Timeless Energy. This is a general timeless reading. This is entertainment purpose only. If it doesn't resonate with it, don't try to make it your own. Timeless Energy is a timeless read. There are plenty of other videos that you are free to watch. I edit these into shorts and post all the time, but if it doesn't resonate, do not try to make it your own. Okay, I do watch out for scammers in the comment section or any other way. My disclaimer right now is that I do not reach out, and if somebody is reaching out and saying that they are me, it's not me, because I don't do that. Okay, we have the Crystals Stone Deck for our oracles, which I've been using. You might be familiar if you've watched me before. I recently received a gift of Cosmic Insights, and I've just started using these at the end of the reader for a little bit of a clarifier, or to reinforce any message. Was Timeless Energy is a 3-card read, 3 cards. Okay, and let's begin. First of all, we're going to pull from the stone deck. These are very large, or very hard to navigate. Spirit guide me, spirit guide me. What's protection from higher power and guidance for an oracle message for the timeless energy for today's message. Guidance for today's message. Spirit guide me, spirit guide me, spirit guide me, spirit guide me. One oracle card for the timeless energy today. 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 And we have too many. One, spirit guide me, spirit guide me. One oracle message for the timeless energy today. One. There we go. That took a minute. The last time they were flying all over the place, and this time nothing would come out. I don't know if that's part of the read. Okay, let's see. Celestite. There we go. Very pretty. What is it? Blue-gray celestite is delicate sulfate mineral with airy, buoyant, blue cotton candy vibes. It gets its name from the Latin word for heaven. And if you close your eyes and ask nicely, maybe it will take you there. Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. Where to put it? As a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. And when to use it. When it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as a guide, you might be surprised at what you hear. Tune in to your serenity. And the odd thing about it is, with the stone deck, which actually is very new, there are 78 cards to the Crystal Stone Deck. I have not used these cards very much yet. They're really relatively new, but the Celestite card, I've pulled it before with all of the cards that could have come out. I have pulled that one before. So, heaven. Good. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to pull 3 cards for our message for timeless energy. You're free to forward through that part if you want. It doesn't take that long, but you're free to pull forward. Timeless energy. A message for timeless energy. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. A message for my timeless energy today. For protection from Archangel Michael. Spirit guide me and guidance. Spirit guide me. Protection and guidance from Archangel Michael for the spirit message for today. Timeless energy for today. Alright, I have in reverse the 4 of Cups. Okay, 2 more cards to go. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Message for today. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. The message for today. Spirit guide me. Up. Next card up is the Death card, and that is in reverse. 1 more card for timeless energies. Message for today. 1 more card for the timeless message for today. Timeless energy message for today. 1 more card for the message today. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Up. And the Page of Swords. The pages are messenger cards. That part I got memorized. So, the message for today ended with a messenger card, which is good. Anyone who's paid attention to any of the reads that I've done in the past, you know that I rely on the chakra energy. It helps reinforce or clarifies in some cases. The 4 of Cups is a throat chakra energy. The Death card is the heart chakra energy. And the Page of Swords is the root chakra energy. Well, starting off right there with the chakras. Now, with the throat chakra and the 4 of Cups, this is a card where you can express yourself and you feel motivated in your life purpose. You know who you are. You're not afraid to show that. You're expressing your feelings. And the thing about it is with that energy, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. So this energy basically tells me that where you're not afraid of expressing yourself, or where you know who you are and you don't have a problem showing who you are or proving that you are who you are, this is in reverse. That energy is in reverse. Now, the 4 of Cups in reverse can be depression energy. Normally, with the 4 of Cups, we have the elements of water. You have the moon, and you have the Cancer energy connected to the 4 of Cups. Cancer is a water sign. Water signs, I don't like, you might have a Cancer in your life, but what I like to rely on is the energies that we're dealing with. And with the Cancer, when that comes up, I am seriously thinking very sensitive, very emotional. Now, with the moon energy connected to this here, you can have lethargic energy or mood swings, which would fall right into place with the reverse description of depression. Mood swings, being lethargic, being emotional, hiding your feelings can be part of this energy with the Four of Cups. Now, we are using the cat cards, which are new to me. And the message with the reversed in the cat cards, which I love their word gift. We have 4 cats. That you should guard against apathy or becoming self-absorbed, because you could miss opportunities that might be made available to you. So if you're like mood swings, apathy, depression, you need to guard against this. It's in reverse. This is the energy of maybe yourself or somebody you're dealing with, or maybe it just came onto you, or somebody for no particular reason. But you need to guard against this, because see, with this card, with this deck of cat cards, this specifically says to guard against this apathy or becoming self-absorbed. This is the case where you might miss opportunities, and that is basically what the reverse Four of Cups in the cat deck specifically is. Now, as far as in general, because this is a general reading, the Four of Cups in reverse can be stagnation or the end of stagnation. It can be letting go of things that you're regretful of. Okay, you see? Now, letting go of the things. It does say apathy in the upright. But with the cat in reverse, it said to guard against apathy, because you could miss opportunities. And in reverse, the Four of Cups is letting go of regret, the end of stagnation. Now, the moon energy in the Cancer energy, we could be lethargic, we could be dealing with mood swings. This is an inner self energy. So the conflict is not like out there for everybody to see. The conflict is something that's inside yourself, something that you're struggling with, an energy that maybe you're focusing on. Oh, and they did say that, didn't they? The cat said self-absorbed. You're focusing, inner self. You're focusing on something. You're being self-absorbed. You might be lethargic or depressed, okay? But this has to do with your inner mind, not something like necessarily physically what's going on around you. This definitely looks like some type of depression of some kind. This definitely looks like the energy of something that's in your inner mind that you need to guard against. Now, the thing about it is, with the Cancer energy, you can be extremely sensitive. And with the Cancer energy, you know what? If you're dealing with a Cancer, or if you have a lot of Cancer in your chart, you're dealing with that you are hiding the way you feel. If you're depressed, or you're having some kind of trying to guard against being apathetic, or you're trying to guard against letting anybody know that maybe you're tired all the time, or you're dealing with mood swings where one minute you're tired and you're depressed and the next minute you're bouncy. You're also being secretive about this energy, and it's something that you're keeping to yourself. Now, with the Death card, which comes next, not the favorite card for everybody, because there's a certain amount of misunderstanding with the Death card. It can be a physical death, but in most cases it's not. In reverse, the Death card is the fear of something ending. Resisting the new. Well, you know, resisting the change or resisting the new, you don't know whether you're going to like it. You don't know what's going to happen. And so you want to hold on to what you're already dealing with. At least you're used to it. This is the fear of something ending. Trying to hold on to things the way they always have been in the past. This is what the Death card is in reverse. Now, as a situation, there are things that are destined to come to an end. But it is not necessarily a person dying. And I know that many readers just focus on that. I am not trying to tell anybody that they need to be worried about somebody dying. I am saying that you are working towards the end of a period. It could be working towards the end of a course of study where you're going to school and you cannot wait for that last class. Or maybe you're having anxiety looking forward to that last test, but then you're done. Okay, now, are you feeling too old to drive? What's going to happen after you can't do that anymore for yourself? Is that where you're resistant to change? There are a lot of older people out there that do drive. They don't have anyone helping them, or they don't want to ask. And they're getting to the point where they should let go of that right to be able to transport themselves and look for other options. There is fear connected to this. When you get old, there is fear connected to change. Okay? Driving would be a perfect example. Is your retirement approaching? Are you going to be moving? Is it going to be a situation where you're looking for schools to put your children into and you're not sure what you're going to have to deal with? We try to avoid political changes, but to be honest with you, if you're used to living in one place and you're moving out of state, the fear of change would include what are you going to be running up against, and it could be the difference between the attitude of people in a large city as opposed to a small town, the people that you're used to where your children go to school as opposed to the schools that you go to when you have to enroll your children in a new state. All kinds of fears of change can be considered with the Death card. And it's not just education, too. To be honest, a personal example of changes would be with myself when I was younger. I lost a great deal of weight. I did this surgically, yes, but the thing about it is I failed to follow through with the counseling that was recommended. And when I lost weight, I had a hard time dealing with the changes. Not my changes. I loved the idea of losing weight. But the changes of that I was not invisible anymore, and that all of a sudden I was getting a lot of attention from people that had never ever noticed me. Fear connected to change. That is your Death card. Alright? So, we have the Four of Cups. We might be depressed. By the way, the recommendation for a reversal on Four of Cups is reaching out for some kind of help. But it could just be self-absorbed energy associated with things are stagnant, or you're not happy with what you have. This could be a situation, too, that you have everything you could possibly want or need, and you're just not happy with it. But the thing about it is you're dealing with a depression of some sort or an apathy of some sort. And the card recommends to avoid this, because if you're going to sink into a depression or an apathy, you could miss opportunities. And here you have maybe the cause. That there are changes, upcoming changes, and there is some kind of fear connected to this. Now the Death card is Scorpio energy, which also is a lack of confidence. I never knew that about people that were Scorpios. But we're not dealing with people that are Scorpios. You could have Scorpio in your natal chart. You could be dealing with a person who's a Scorpio. But this energy does not mean that you're dealing with Scorpio, or that you have a lot of Scorpio. This is simply the energy of the Scorpio connected to the Death card, and the Pluto energy connected to the Death card. And with the Scorpio energy, shouting out lack of confidence falls right into place with apathy, depression, and fear of change. Now, the Death card is usually death and rebirth. One thing ends and another thing starts. But you know what? If you're dealing with the fear of change, the new thing hasn't started and the old thing hasn't stopped. Pluto is elimination and illumination. There is your Pluto energy. Change. To eliminate things from the past and illuminate what you're looking forward to in the future. And to avoid this apathy, because you're going to miss opportunities if you fall into some kind of apathy. You want to look forward to the changes. That means eliminating some of the things that you might not want to let go of, which would be the past, memories, eliminating the comfort level that you have with the store that you go to, with the schools that your children attend, with the job that your husband earns his money at. The changes can be enormously overwhelming, but you need to avoid that apathy, because you will miss opportunities if you are self-absorbed. With the Pluto energy, transformation and change indicates long-term generational. So once the change has been occurred, good or bad, irregardless of whether somebody in control has made the wrong choice or the right choice, the change is going to be long-term. That is the Pluto energy. And it hasn't happened yet, or you wouldn't be afraid of it. You wouldn't be dealing with the depression or the apathy, and you wouldn't be trying to avoid the depression and the apathy. There are still opportunities that you need to pay attention to before this change occurs. Or, if you're looking at it from a mother's point of view, there's plenty of work that still needs to be done. Okay. God bless America if the children actually are there to help. They're probably playing video games while you try to figure out how to get everything packed. Okay. Now, the Page of Swords would be the next one. Pages are messages. All pages are messages. And the thing about the Page of Swords, it's not in reverse. Now, the thing about it is, pages are a young, youthful energy, and the swords can be seen as curiosity, finding solutions. You know, there is a little bit of devious trickery here with the air sign. Is it air sign? No, it's Gemini. It's Gemini. That's an air sign. Gemini and the sun. But the thing about it is the Page of Swords. They enjoy thinking of the solutions, but they also enjoy finding the truth about what's going on. They're very curious energy about finding out the truth of what's going on. Now, I have a problem with that because the air sign was ruled by the element of air. And this could be travel plans, okay? The bearer of messages, the element of you could be dealing with an unhealthy reliance on gossip. You're craving information. Not all of the information might be welcome. It's not in reverse, but we are dealing with maybe an unhealthy reliance on gossip. Now, when a page shows up, this is the message of seeking knowledge or understanding particular things. Okay, this is not a bad thing. But the problem with the sword is that they're going to be a little bit on the sneaky side when they go about trying to get some of that information. So if you're a secretive person or you really don't want to discuss something and you've got a child that's very curious, they're going to go about like some unusual methods to really dig that information out of you. And they're going to be sneaky about it. This is natural with the messages, okay? The messages would be to find out, to spy, to find out, to spy, and then share what they learn, which is the gossip, okay? You're talking about a very two-faced, gossipy kind of spying to get the news. You have to be sneaky about it. And then they're going to share it, and it's going to be gossip, and it's going to go around, and it's going to go around. This has to do with some upcoming changes. And this has to do with the youthful energy of somebody who's young, or with the page, no matter what age, this is a messenger. Which means in order to give you the information, they've got to find out what's going on, and they're probably going to be very sneaky about it because of the air sign energy of gossiping and maybe being sneaky as long as they can figure out what's going on. They are good about this energy, is really, really good about maybe finding solutions. If you're dealing with an air sign, if you have a lot of air energy in your natal chart. But with the Gemini, which is the air, and the Sun, which is creative, okay? This has to do with practical matters, too. But the Sun is individuality. And the Gemini can be very inconsistent, okay? So maybe somebody, or the energy of being calculating, being sneaky, having a quick wit, being curious, okay, that's all sticking out and has already even been mentioned. But this has to do with expressing yourself. And curiosity about the message. What message? What are you solving? What is the message? I think what this is here is that there is the energy of the youthful energy of being sneaky to find out what's going on. Maybe the energy of gossip and sharing this energy. And it has to do with these changes. So we have apathy and depression on this end. The possibility of fear of the change. And then we have the youthful energy of the messenger, who either can fix things, they're very good at fixing things, or sharing information, the messenger, to be positive or to be negative. But you know, if you go into the wrong direction, it could become a gossip of some sort. And this is short term. Cunning, calculating way to get information and then share it by gossiping. And this is short term. This is long term and generational. The gossip energy or the digging for information, that is short term. That is the curiosity of somebody that maybe isn't on the need to know. In some cases, it could be somebody that should be informed but is not being informed, which might cause a little bit of depression or apathy and fear. Because the thing about it is, if you're making changes but you don't have all of the information that you really need, or you don't have the information that makes you feel safe, you might have a little bit of fear. And this is a messenger that's going to either fix things or going to find out what's going on and gossip and share and gossip. Okay, the Death card in reverse. I couldn't probably add to that. Long-term generational, but the gossip here is short-term. Now, gossip isn't always accurate. With the air energy, the gossip is not always accurate. Okay, the truth of the matter is the change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. But the gossip isn't always accurate. You might be saying things, well, this is what I think is going on, and guessing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be accurate. Now, we're at the point here where we've covered everything, and I want to pull cosmic insights on these 3 cards. So, Spirit, guide me. I need some insight. Let's get some insight on your 4 of Cups in reverse. Let's get some insight. Spirit, guide me. Spirit, guide me. How about some insight for the 4 of Cups in reverse? There we go. Caution. Find out more information and don't overwork yourself. And like I said, there was also a caution about avoiding apathy, because you know what, you're going to miss opportunities. So what you do is you find out more information that alleviates the fear of whatever you're dealing with. That makes perfect sense. Now let's see if we can find out a little bit more about the Death card in reverse. Cosmic Spirit, guide me. Spirit, guide me. Was 1 card for the Death card to see what we're dealing with. 1 card for the clarifying of the Death card. Here we go. Open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. Now, I know that you're probably saying right now, what does love have to do with death or fear of change? When you ever think about the changes, that you're not the only one in the room, the elephant in the room. You're the elephant sitting in the corner watching everybody else sit around and play video games while you pack. Okay, open up your heart. I think that this might have to do with being able to see or understand how somebody might be feeling about these changes. Regardless of what your situation is, because I am talking to a lot of people, and all of your situations are not actually all the same. But the people around you are also aware, in some cases, especially if you're depressed and you're having mood swings, or you're dealing with fears of changes that you cannot avoid. So there probably will be other people around your energy, and this is the energy of not necessarily you opening your heart. It could be you opening your heart. It could be the other people around you opening up their heart, because there seems to be a little bit of self-absorption going on in this energy. It might not be you, but it might be somebody who's very self-absorbed, who's not even paying attention to what is going on with you. The thing about it is, if you're not going to reach out, how are they going to notice? The only way that you're going to be able to remove yourself from this fear that could be destructive. Find out more information that you really can count on and trust. Open your heart, or hope that the other people in your life or around you open their heart to understand where you're coming from, to be a little more helpful, to include you more, to help you more. Okay. And the help doesn't need to be physical help. Maybe you're perfectly fine with what you're doing. The help could be just having a conversation, sharing something, noticing you, bringing you out of that depression and that apathy you so desperately need to avoid, because you will miss opportunities. Okay, so let's see if we can clarify the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, the sneaky little messenger. The one who goes to all lengths to find out what the deal is, and then goes and gossips behind your back, or uses it as a message in one way or another to maybe solve whatever. It can work both ways, the negative or the positive. But let's look at what direction the Page of Swords is taking us. Spirit guide us with the clarifier for the sword, the Page of Swords. We need one card, Spirit, one card for the clarifier of the Page of Swords to guide that message. Date night? Get ready to be wined and dined? Now that is completely not expected. Okay. Well, maybe the sneaky part of the messenger is saying, oh, well, you know what? They're going to solve this problem by setting up some kind of special treat. I have always found in relationships that I have watched that going out on a regular night, a date night with your significant other, just the two of you, that helps. But you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be restricted to somebody who's in a relationship. You're having somebody that's dealing with a lot of changes, and there's a little fear or maybe a little bit of depression. It could be an older person who doesn't get to go out very much. It could be any number of situations. That the root chakra with the Page of Swords in reverse. No, it's in the upright. I'm sorry. You feel like your basic needs are covered. You feel protected and cared for. This is the energy of the root chakra. But you're feeling apathetic and depressed. You need to avoid that. There are some really big changes going on. There's a little bit of fear connected to this. Going out and doing something fun seems to be the message. Getting ready to be wined and dined. Somebody treating you for once. The message is, and they had to be sneaky about finding out what was going on. So it's somebody that really went out of their way, in a sneaky way, to come up with this plan. And we should all be grateful for anyone that thinks of or cares for another person, that they would go to that kind of extent to be sneaky and find out some kind of solution. So this Page of Swords is the cat energy. And like I said, the cat energy with this deck of cards being depressed. Good news. Could be the reevaluation of the new direction. The new direction that's actually been forced or something you can't avoid. It's a reevaluation of a relationship that might not be making you so happy. Alright? So, this does have to do with relationship. And it does have to do with reevaluating new directions or the winds of change. So date night is the cosmic insight for the Page of Swords. Let's solve the problem by going out and getting something good to eat. And guess what? It's on me. Wow, how sweet. Okay, I do appreciate everybody who actually spent some time with me today. Now, I have plenty of timeless energy reads. They are timeless. You are free to look at the longer videos I've made. I am always posting short edits of the long videos on a regular basis. You're free to resonate with any of them. If it doesn't resonate, please do not make it yours. I am trying very hard to let everybody know. Please press the subscribe. Help me build my channel. I do completely appreciate your likes. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help me build my channel, press like, press subscribe. Okay. We're still very, very new. Your comments are always appreciated as long as they're positive comments. Please, only positive energy. And the donations. There is a link to PayPal. And if you can't find it, it's on that little box right behind these cards. Okay. So thank you very much for your time and visiting Timeless Energy today. Feel free to come back and visit me anytime. And have a nice day.